Ray, Nylander is not signed.
Really? Isn't this the big week?
Well, no, next week is. And
okay.
Next week's the big week. But I know there was an order or an idea of what you wanted to do as far as signing guys. Is this going to be maybe a misstep the way Mitch Marner is playing, not to have him done July 1st with something? Because if he keeps this up, what the hell is going to happen with him? And I know there's been, we're getting all these guys signed. We're all going to stay together, and the band's going to stay together. But if this keeps going, I mean, this guy's going to want some cake.
Well, the biggest problem is that Toronto could go to him and make an offer, even though he says they're... If they say, the Marner camp says we're not talking contract, and the Leafs go to him and say, here's an offer, well... You don't have to talk about it, but they've already made the offer.
Yeah.
And you make an offer that makes them think, right? Because if it gets to July 1st, I can't imagine, well, I don't know, why wouldn't, knowing their cap questions or cap squeeze that they may end up under, why wouldn't you put them to a decision? Because if you offer sheet Marner and or Matthews, some team, say they match it. Well, eventually they're going to have to throw somebody overboard. So if you're that team, maybe your goal is that you're not going to get Marner, but you're going to force him into turning some other guys loose. He's going to, if his year goes like this, guys, he's going to outkick what the Leafs thought they were going to have to pay him, no matter what they say.
What do you think of the idea that some reports saying Lou Lamoriello is going to be sniffing around that situation very closely? Is that just like...
I think every manager should.
Don't you think? Like, I still can't get an answer why teams don't offer sheet other teams.
Me neither. It's in the rules. I don't care about don't do it to me or I'm going to get you back in a couple years.
But if it's not happening
with too.
If it's not happening with Nylander, now Marner's a better player, Matthews even a step above. But Nylander could do it. And based on the way this negotiation works, I think Nylander would sign it. I think anyone that offered him anything, if it was the deal he thought he deserved, he'd sign it. And no one's even calling.
Okay, so
by all accounts.
I know we got to go, but quickly. If somebody offered Nylander $8 million a year at seven years, and that's not where the Leafs were going, and he signed that offer, do you think the Leafs would match it?
I don't know what the compensation is on that.
Yeah, we'd have to check because
if it's
there is
multiple firsts or a first, second, and a third. I think they probably would match, and they would do so begrudgingly, and they wouldn't be happy about it. But I think they would match.
Yeah, I think you would match. He's an asset, right?
Yeah, but you can't. But so would the
can't trade him.
You would get the 3 or 4 picks that come with it. That would be your asset. Maybe you take one of those picks, a first round pick from somebody else, and you flip it for a player. Like there's a lot of different vines that come off it, but if he signs it, and they match it, well, they match that deal, then they're gonna run into some. I mean, I keep reading, they're gonna have lots of room for everybody, but I don't get it. I don't see it. I think to go into next year thinking that Sandin and Liljegren and Rosen are going to be 3 of your 6 defensemen that's far-fetched. And that's one of the ways in the articles that I read that say that's how they're going to keep the cost down. So you're going to make 3 20-year-olds or 21 or 2-year-olds your defense? Good luck.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance.
No, it's heavy lifting for sure.